trust you. I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time. I'ma tell you one time. One time when I met you, come on. Wow.
I ain't mean to stop you like that, but this is only a tease. Ladies and gentlemen, introducing to you Island Def Jam recording artist Justin Bieber. It's getting ready to go down. Just so you know, we're in the studio right now working on it. Get ready because it's gonna be big. Ain't that right, Justin?
That's right.
That's right. So look out. We're coming.
Recently, Usher dropped a bombshell that shocked fans and insiders alike. He revealed how Diddy, one of the most powerful figures in entertainment, manipulated and mistreated him and Justin Bieber during their formative years. While these artists seem to live the dream life, their experiences with Diddy cast a dark shadow over their careers.
Looking at this lawsuit, right, Lil Ron, he alleges that, Diddy told him personally that he had sex with Usher. And when you look at the lawsuit, even though they got Usher name redacted, you could tell who it is because they described him as the guy that performed at the Super Bowl.
Right.
So, I mean, we all know who that is, but how you feel about that, man?
Well, I mentioned that earlier, that he said about Stevie J. The Usher part, that's a touchy situation, man. You know what I'm saying? Because I had a certain feeling, and I felt a certain way when Usher got on Shay Shay. And I don't mean to mention other people's platforms, but he got on Shay Shay and he mentioned how great and how good Puff taught him and everything. You know what I'm saying? About the business, right?
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed.
What was initially thought to be mentorship was, in reality, a nightmare filled with inappropriate behavior and toxic environments. Usher's revelations have opened the floodgates, leading to questions about how far Diddy's influence went and how many more young stars may have been affected. As the details come up, it's becoming clearer that this is not just an isolated incident, but part of a much larger and deeply troubling culture of exploitation in the entertainment industry. In this video, we will dive deep into Usher's shocking confession, Justin Bieber's experience, and the long-lasting impact of Diddy's abuse of power. This story is more than a scandal. It's a call for accountability in an industry long plagued by secrets.
Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. Usher
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, damn, pause, but like, check this out. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. And now he's one of the richest stars in the world.
What the fuck did Puff just say? Nobody's gonna acknowledge this for me. Puff just said we used to wrestle over the Frosted Flakes, and we're streaming live. That was stupid. Listen, that was f***ing stupid.
Usher's introduction to Diddy's world. Usher's journey with Diddy began when he was just 14 years old. He was sent to live with Diddy in New York City to learn the ropes of the music industry. At the time, it seemed like a dream come true for the young star. Diddy, a mogul with connections to the biggest names in music, was supposed to mentor Usher and help him develop into a successful artist. But what Usher experienced was far from what he expected.
I moved to New York City, and I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
That's the crazy thing. Now, that was L.A. Reid's idea, right? We're sending you over to something called Puffy Flavor Camp.
There you go.
To learn
Flavor Camp.
Yeah,
Flavor
that's
Camp.
what it was called. And you're going to go to Puff Daddy's. He's going
In the 90s, do you understand what that's like?
Puffy's place was like just filled with chicks and orgying like nonstop, right?
No, not really. But hey, it was curious. I got a chance to see some things.
Yeah, but you were 13. What were you seeing?
I went there to see the lifestyle.
Usher has since revealed that living with Diddy exposed him to situations no teenager should face. I was around grown men doing things I didn't fully understand at the time, Usher said in an interview. Diddy's house was often filled with partying, and Usher found himself witnessing behavior that left him confused and uncomfortable. The mentorship quickly crossed professional boundaries, and Usher was left feeling overwhelmed. What was supposed to be an opportunity for career growth turned into a traumatic experience, one that would affect Usher for years to come. Diddy's infamous parties. The notorious parties that Diddy hosted were legendary in the industry, but behind the glamour and high-profile guests, darker things were happening. These gatherings were far more than simple celebrations. They became environments where young stars like Usher and Bieber were exposed to inappropriate behavior. Usher recalled being at these parties, surrounded by alcohol and adults engaging in reckless activities. "I wasn't ready for what I saw at those parties," Usher confessed.
What do you think about Kanye rants? What's going on with Kanye? From a distance, obviously, I don't know how well you know Kanye. I don't know if you've been around Kanye, but from a distance, what do you suspect's going on?
I suspect that we're pretty awful people if we say that somebody got a mental illness and then we watch what they do. If you say somebody got special needs, then why would you be watching them and holding them accountable like everybody else? Wouldn't you grade them on a curve? Wouldn't you go, whew, this guy? Because, I mean, what are we reacting to? What are we reacting to? You're the one that put him in a position where he thought he was God and could call himself Jesus. And you're the one told a guy that writes musical lyrics that he was a genius. Mm-hmm. You're the one that's like, so what do you expect? The guy married a whore. Like, what?
Oh, Lord.
Like,
Diddy's parties were often referred to as freak-offs, and they were known for their excessive and uncontrolled nature. These events were not suitable for teenagers, but Diddy saw no issue with having Usher and Bieber in attendance.
We want to thank you. Come here. Don't sit on the bed at night. No homo. No, just don't get close to the bed. Don't get close. But it's just like, yo, we want to thank you for hosting the thing, man. It's been a pleasure. You didn't have to do it, and you did it.
No. I definitely didn't have to do it. I definitely didn't have to. First and foremost, I'm not getting in the bed. Shout out to him and what he did. I'm just gonna, if we can, let's just put the camera a little this way, just so we're not. I don't want my shot to even, I don't want it to come close to the bed, at all. Usher look like he fresh off a goddamn plane. I should.
Fresh off the garden stage. That's my brother right here from day one. We used to wake up and, pause, but like that's how. Back in the days when he was like 10 and I was a little bit older, his older brother, we used to fight over the Frosted Flakes. You know what I'm saying? Before pause was invented. You know what I'm saying? But it's my brother for real. We used to actually wrestle off of the Frosted Flakes because he used to always get up early. Now he's one of the richest stars.
P. Diddy, or Daddy, or Puff Daddy, or Diddy, well, whatever his name is today, his LA area home has now been raided by the feds. In fact, multiple of his homes were raided by the feds. TMZ grabbed footage of the homes being raided. According to Homeland Security Investigations, earlier today, Homeland Security Investigations New York executed law enforcement actions as part of an ongoing investigation with assistance from HSI Los Angeles, HSI Miami, and local law enforcement partners. Apparently, the case is being handled out of the Southern District of New York, and it is tied to sex trafficking allegations, which have been levied against Diddy in recent months from a variety of plaintiffs. Now, again, none of this is particularly shocking. There are people who have been talking about this for years. Cat Williams, the comedian, was recently, back in January, talking about how Diddy was going to go down very, very soon based on all of the allegations of sex trafficking and sexual impropriety going on regarding Diddy. And, some of this, obviously, is just celebrity culture. Unfortunately, there are a lot of mainstream Hollywood celebrities who are engaged in sexual evils.
The toxic environment fostered at these parties left both stars feeling trapped and powerless. For Usher, these events marked the beginning of a difficult journey that would shape his career and personal life. The pressures of fame, combined with Diddy's influence, made it almost impossible for Usher to escape the damaging effects of these parties.
I think somebody needs to save that boy. He's strong, because with the memories that he has, it's an option. He's strong. Him and Jaden. I can't even get to talking about the babies.
Justin Bieber's parallel experience. While Usher was enduring Diddy's influence in his teens, Justin Bieber was on a similar path. Only a few years later, Bieber, discovered by Usher and introduced to Diddy, quickly became one of the most famous young stars in the world. But like Usher, Bieber soon found himself caught in Diddy's world of excess. "I was exposed to things I didn't know how to handle at that age," Bieber admitted.
You get career. Do you know Raymond Usher IV?
No.
Do you know an individual, an entertainer by the name of Usher?
Yeah, Usher. That sounds familiar.
Isn't it true that Usher was instrumental in starting your career?
What does that have to do with this litigation, Mr. DeKalb? This is just you trying to harass the client.
Before we came back here, you would ask me.
She's going to let her read back the question. Thank you for your memory.
Is it true that Usher was very instrumental in starting your career? That was the last question.
I was found on YouTube. I think that I was detrimental to my own career.
I'm sorry, I can't hear you at all. I'm sitting right next to you. Okay,
I said I think I was instrumental to my own career.
Let me hear back from the court reporter.
Instrumental.
Said I think I was instrumental to my own career.
Thank you, sir. But my question was Usher, was he helpful to your professional career?
Yes.
Is Usher a close friend of yours?
Yes.
Is Usher a confidant?
I guess, yes.
Has Usher given you career advice?
Is this an interview or a deposition? I'm confused.
Please, sir.
Bieber's experiences mirror Usher's in many ways. Diddy's parties became a regular part of his life, and Bieber was thrust into an environment filled with drugs, alcohol, and adult situations. Bieber has since spoken out about how these experiences had a lasting impact on his mental health, contributing to the struggles he faced in later years.
Because I think if a victim comes out against Usher, it'll show how egregious this shit is. Because if he can be a predator, then anybody can be a predator.
Can't smile in your face the whole time.
You feel what I'm saying? Like, people look at Usher, they don't see that. They're not seeing the victim. They're not seeing that boy that got rushed to the hospital. They're not seeing what the intentions was in his heart when he took Justin Bieber there.
Oh.
Let's be honest. He took Justin Bieber there. Diddy had been trying to get to Bieber for a minute. And his management was backing him off. But it wasn't until Usher took over management and had guardianship and gave temporary guardianship to the diddler for 48 hours. Think about that.
The toxic culture that Diddy created left both Bieber and Usher emotionally scarred, and their stories serve as a warning about the dangers of unchecked power in the entertainment industry. Usher's traumatic confession. Perhaps the most shocking aspect of Usher's revelations is his admission that he was subjected to inappropriate behavior during his time with Diddy. While Usher has been careful with his words, he has alluded to situations that crossed the line, leaving him with deep emotional scars. "There are things I witnessed and experienced that I still struggle to talk about," Usher said, hinting at the depth of the trauma he endured.
I heard about some music executives from the industry back in Harlem. You know, I heard it from some music executives back in Harlem. And I'm not gonna speak on their name. They doing programs and everything like that, and they may be doing something, they may speak on it themselves. But I heard it from some music executives.
Where did you hear it?
Bro, you know how people be talking and we was around some people, something like that, and then some people might say, yo, I don't F with that dude. And at the time, I didn't even know who the F Usher was. You know what I'm saying? It was one of those type of situations. And when probably say, yo, man, I don't F with them niggas. Man, I'm getting out that industry and everything like that. You know, Puff sent this little kid to the hospital. How he sent him to the hospital? Man, nigga was bleeding from the butt. And that's what was said. But I didn't even have a name for the kid at the time. Then you heard, and that's what happened. And that's just, you know, that's something that you heard. You don't know if it's true, you just heard it. So, and just to hear this, and this new thing where they saying that they got kids coming forward and said that he did that, man, that shit is crazy. And like I just said, you know, that's just something that I heard. It's something that I didn't know. It's something that I ain't see. You know, a lot of people want to, you know, because Gene Deal has spoken on certain things that I've heard, I have spoken on it. But then they were just trying to say, I know. No, I'm not scared to say what I heard. And if there's any truth to it, then it's truth to it. Let them find it. Things that I've saw or things that I've witnessed and been a part of, I've said it.
Usher's confession has sparked widespread outrage, with fans and fellow celebrities calling for justice. His bravery in speaking out about his experiences has opened the door for others to share their own stories, and it's clear that Usher's revelations are just the tip of the iceberg. His decision to finally break his silence after years of suffering in silence highlights the immense pressure that young stars face in an industry where powerful men like Diddy often go unchecked. The impact on mental health. Both Usher and Bieber have been open about the long-lasting impact that their experiences with Diddy have had on their mental health. Usher has spoken about how the trauma he endured during his time with Diddy affected him well into adulthood, leading to struggles with anxiety and trust issues. Bieber has similarly discussed how the pressure of fame, combined with the toxic environment he was exposed to, contributed to his struggles with depression and substance abuse.
We got another special one. Hold on, ain't nothing like a mama's love. Mama Combs in the building, y'all. The Benjamins. You understand? This man has been the motivation for this entire movement.
Everybody, come on over to the house.
While it's not a crime to attend a Diddy event, several of the civil lawsuits allege sex crimes occurred during those wild parties.
I've got a lot I can't tell. Can't tell that one either.
The question now could pass attendees like Ashton Kutcher, Demi Moore, Kelly Osbourne, Justin Bieber, and Usher be potentially questioned by federal investigators.
Oh my God. I lived with Sean Puffy Combs for a year.
There were very curious things taking place.
Anyone who attended one of Diddy's parties dating back decades should be concerned. So Diddy's rich and powerful friends should make sure they have lawyers on standby as the feds may come knocking.
Over the weekend, all of Usher's posts on Twitter mysteriously disappeared, leading some to speculate it was related to Diddy. But the singer says his account was hacked. Saturday, we were with Tiffany Haddish, who played a bouncer in Diddy's 2022 Gotta Move On music video. And of course, he made a cameo in Girls Trip.
I didn't realize how much those experiences would affect me until later in life, Bieber shared. The emotional toll of being manipulated and mistreated by someone they trusted left both Usher and Bieber grappling with feelings of guilt and shame. Their stories are a stark reminder of the need for better mental health support in the entertainment industry, especially for young stars who are often thrust into adult situations before they're ready. The silence in the industry. One of the most troubling aspects of this story is the culture of silence that allowed Diddy's behavior to go on for so long. Both Usher and Bieber have admitted that they were afraid to speak out about their experiences because of Diddy's immense power in the industry. We were scared of what would happen if we spoke up, Usher revealed. The fear of losing their careers kept them quiet, and Diddy's influence meant that there were few people they could turn to for help.
Jaguar pointed out that Diddy had a similar relationship with Usher, whom he mentored and allegedly exploited. Usher himself has hinted at the inappropriate nature of his time with Diddy, and court documents from other lawsuits against Diddy suggest a long history of such behavior. And further complicating matters, Justin's interactions with other celebrities have often been questionable. Ellen DeGeneres, James Corden, and other interviewers have been criticized for their inappropriate behavior towards Justin when he was still a minor. These incidents, combined with his experiences with Diddy, paint a picture of a young artist repeatedly let down by the adults around him. Usher's involvement in Justin's life is also under scrutiny. As Justin's mentor, Usher was expected to provide guidance and protection. Instead, it seems he may have led Justin into Diddy's circle, where he was further exploited. Usher's own complicated history with Diddy adds another layer to this troubling narrative. Meanwhile, Meek Mill's frantic denials on social media about his relationship.
The entertainment industry is notorious for protecting powerful figures, even when their actions are harmful. Usher and Bieber's stories are just two examples of how this culture of silence has enabled abusers to continue their behavior without facing consequences. By coming forward, Usher and Bieber are breaking that silence and encouraging others to do the same. Their bravery is a crucial step toward holding those in power accountable. Diddy's response to the allegations. As Usher and Bieber's revelations have come to light, many have wondered how Diddy would respond. So far, Diddy has denied the allegations, claiming that his relationship with both Usher and Bieber was purely professional. His legal team has dismissed the accusations as baseless, but the public outcry has only grown louder. Diddy's denial has done little to quell the backlash, as more people come forward with their own stories of his inappropriate behavior. The allegations against him are now part of a much larger conversation about power, exploitation, and accountability in the entertainment industry. As Usher and Bieber continue to speak out, Diddy's attempts to maintain his reputation are becoming increasingly difficult. The legal ramifications. The revelations from Usher and Bieber have led to serious discussions about potential legal action against Diddy. While neither star has filed a lawsuit as of yet, legal experts believe that the allegations could lead to a wave of lawsuits from other victims. Diddy's empire, once seemingly untouchable, is now under intense scrutiny, and the possibility of criminal charges looms large. Legal analysts have compared Diddy's situation to other high-profile cases in the entertainment industry, noting that this could be a turning point for how the industry handles allegations of abuse. If Usher or Bieber were to pursue legal action, it could open the floodgates for other victims to come forward and seek justice. The legal battles ahead could not only ruin Diddy's career, but also set a precedent for how powerful figures in entertainment are held accountable. The industry's reckoning. Usher's revelations are part of a larger movement toward accountability in the entertainment industry. In recent years, more and more victims of abuse have come forward to share their stories, and the industry is finally being forced to confront its dark history. Usher and Bieber's experiences highlight the systemic abuse of power that has long been overlooked. The industry is overdue for a reckoning, said one insider. People are tired of seeing powerful men abuse their positions and get away with it. Usher's bravery in speaking out has already inspired others to come forward, and it's clear that this is just the beginning of a much-needed shift in how the industry handles abuse allegations. For years, the world saw Usher as one of the most talented and successful R&B artists, mentored by none other than Sean "Diddy" Combs. The relationship between Usher and Diddy, which began when Usher was just 14 years old, was publicly portrayed as a mentorship, where the young star would learn the ropes of the music industry under Diddy's guidance. However, behind the scenes, things were much darker than anyone knew. Usher has recently opened up about the troubling experiences he faced while living with Diddy during his early years in the industry, shedding light on a reality that had been hidden for decades.
Also in this paperwork, they indirectly, like, they make it so obvious that it's Usher. They redact his actual name, but then below that, they put, he just performed at the Super Bowl.
Yeah. I caught a lot of flack about that, Cam. I caught a lot of flack about that because our people always want to blame the accuser and not the abuser. Back in the day, I'd say like in '91, after the City College incident, I stopped doing security for Puff.
Usher was sent to live with Diddy in New York City to immerse himself in the entertainment business. At the time, Diddy was one of the most influential figures in music, known for his success with Bad Boy Records and his lavish lifestyle. But instead of being introduced to the business in a healthy, professional way, Usher was exposed to a world of excessive partying, drugs, and inappropriate behavior. In a candid interview, Usher described how he was often surrounded by adults engaging in activities that were far beyond his understanding. "I wasn't ready for the things I saw," he confessed, hinting at the deep emotional toll these experiences took on him. Diddy's infamous parties were notorious for their wild and reckless nature, but few knew the extent of what went on behind closed doors. Usher has revealed that these parties, which were filled with alcohol, drugs, and adult situations, left him feeling confused and trapped. He was too young to fully grasp what was happening around him, but he knew something was wrong. Usher wasn't just learning about the music industry, he was being manipulated into situations that no teenager should ever experience. The parties were not just social gatherings, but environments where power and influence were wielded in dangerous ways.
You know, I guess her and Diddy was having relations and he couldn't get off. So he was complaining to her one time that, you know, he couldn't get off, and for him to get off, she had to pinch his nipples real hard for him to get off. I mean, yeah, man, this lawsuit is wild, man.
She should have had on white polish, fingernail polish. No, man, we shouldn't be laughing about that, man, you know, because she is a victim. You know what I'm saying? She is a victim, man, and if this is her victim story, we gotta be more, I think more compassionate. She was 17 years old at the time. She was fascinated by that whole thing, getting on a G4, G5 jet, you understand? And what was her parents, man? What was her daddy, her mama? They didn't miss their child? She didn't come home that night? I don't know, man. I can't fathom the whole idea, man. But it's crazy.
When you hear about this stuff, right, like the 17-year-old girl saying that, you know, Diddy, he couldn't get off unless she pinched his nipples real hard, and you got Cassie saying that, you know, he'll make her look up BBCs and he like to masturbate while she get banged by a BBC, you not surprised when you hear about this stuff, right?
Bruh, I knew about the butt plug fetishes because I saw that with my own eyes. I knew about him and Kim being swingers with other people, whether it was another male or another woman or a male and a woman together. I saw that with my own eyes.
One of the most disturbing aspects of Usher's time with Diddy was the sense of isolation and fear that kept him from speaking out. Diddy's immense power in the industry made it nearly impossible for Usher to seek help or tell anyone what was happening. The fear of retaliation was very real, and Usher knew that if he rocked the boat, it could mean the end of his career. "We were scared to speak up because of who Diddy was," Usher admitted. This fear kept him silent for years, as he struggled to process the trauma he had endured. What makes Usher's story even more tragic is how long it took for these revelations to come to light. For decades, Diddy's public image remained largely untainted, with many viewing him as a successful mogul who had helped launch the careers of countless artists. The truth, however, was far more sinister. The culture of silence that pervades the entertainment industry allowed Diddy's actions to go unchecked for years. Usher's bravery in coming forward has exposed not just Diddy's behavior, but also the toxic power dynamics that have enabled figures like him to abuse their influence without consequence. By finally speaking out, Usher has broken the silence that protected Diddy for so long. His revelations are a reminder that no amount of fame or success should shield someone from accountability. The truth is now out, and it has opened the door for others to share their stories, ensuring that the culture of abuse in the entertainment industry can no longer remain hidden. Usher's courage in exposing what happened to him is a powerful step toward justice, not just for himself, but for all those who have suffered in silence. If you found this video eye-opening, don't forget to subscribe.